Okay, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? For today's video, we're going to give an update on Labs Group. This is another viewer request. We're going to break things down on the daily time frame. Okay, we're going to go over the structures. Markets tend to move in 3-wave and 5-wave structures. We'll go ahead and explain that to you in a little bit. We'll look at some of the different buy and sell signals, right? Specifically on the RSI and the MACD. These are very, very useful and, not too hard for beginners to get a really good grasp and understanding of. And then we'll also go and break down to the current structure and what it is that we're looking at right now and what we need to do to possibly go bullish and, go over the possible bearish outcome and scenario as well. So be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll go over today's sponsor as well, which is the Tangem wallet. All right. If you don't know, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto, you need to get your money off of the exchanges. You cannot trust these exchanges. I'm sure we all know that by now after FTX and many of the other exchanges. More on them later. Before we move any further, okay, the content provided in this YouTube channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. Myself and any individuals on this YouTube channel are not registered financial advisors. Trading in stocks, bonds, commodities, and crypto involve a significant risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. So be sure to read through the full disclaimer before moving forward, and we'll go ahead and get right into the video. Now, this is the structure that we had in the last video. I think I made an update somewhere around this time period here. And I was mentioning the same thing that I'm going to mention now is that markets tend to move in about 3 or 5 wave structures, right? And, we needed to really hold these 3 levels in particular to be able to hit our wave 5 bullish price targets, which is exactly what we actually did. And now we've had a correction, okay? Now, 5-wave moves tend to be impulsive moves, all right? And those are your stronger bullish or bearish structures, right? And then after an impulsive move, if the trend wants to continue, you typically see a correction, right? And ABCs, which is like a 3-wave structure, is typically a corrective setup, right? So after you get a 5-wave move, whether it's a bullish or bearish structure, you would look for an ABC correction and then possibly continue that trend, or you may establish a new trend, right? So the reason we use these 3 levels right here, specifically the 38.2, the 50%, and 61.8, these are your 3 major Fibonacci retracement levels, right? There are more, okay? There's plenty more, but these are the most common and well-respected. So these are the ones that I try to use in my videos, right? And so you can see that we had this wave 1 up, and you use these because nothing moves in a straight line down or a straight line up, right? You get a move up, retracement, continuation of the trend, or you would get a move up, retracement, and you start to consolidate and break through those retracement levels. That's how you can spot a potential downside reversal, right? And so you see here, we had the move up, we retraced near that 61.8% level, and then we came up and we got a wave 3. Once we put in a top here for our wave 3, you can see we retraced, and I mentioned we need to hold above these 3 levels, right? And we did a really good job, right? And the main thing, okay, as you can see both times we did wick down below and go briefly below there, but ultimately, to me, these are just liquidity grabs, right? And so what happens is market makers and big whales and everything, there may not always be the liquidity that they want at certain price levels, right? And have you ever been in a trade before? And let's say you set a specific stop loss right here and you get stopped out at this point, or you get stopped out at this point just to see it make the move that you thought it was going to make. Well, oftentimes, this is what's known as a liquidity grab, right? And so they don't really have the liquidity that they need to really push the prices up higher to that wave 5 target. So they start to consolidate, right, and chop things out around here, and they grab the liquidity from people's stop losses and then push things up higher. So, the main point of these, right, and when you're looking for the reversals is to see it break down, flip it to resistance, right? So if we break down, flip this to resistance, right, and we're not able to get back above this level, then that's when we can possibly identify the trend being broken and possibly getting a reversal, okay? So to me, right now, it looks like we got an ABC correction. We need to be cautious, though, okay? Because we don't know where this thing is going to put a floor at and where this thing is going to put a bottom at. And this could turn into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we would retest some of the previous lows on Labs groups. We do need to be cautious of that. One thing that can help us is using the MACD and the RSI for potential buy and sell signals, right? And so the MACD, what you want to do is you want to look for this red line here. And when you see that red line cross down below the yellow line, that's what's typically known as an exit signal, right? And when you see it cross back above the yellow line, that's what's known as a buy signal, right? So you see the buy signal, we get the strong push up for that wave 3, and then look what happens. We got a sell signal right over here. We pull back, okay? And then over here, we get our buy signal again, where the red line crosses back above. All right. And we end up seeing we get that strong push up for the wave 5. All right. Now, afterwards, we got a sell signal with the red line crossing down below. All right. That happened right at this time period. And you can see there's been a sharp sell off since then. So no one strategy is really ever going to be 100% guaranteed. But, if you can start to combine a couple different strategies together, that's what will help give you an edge and really give you confidence, right, in, making some of your decisions. Right. So let's look at the RSI now, right? We understand the basic concepts of the MACD. Above this dotted line here that you guys see, that's the technical definition of overbought, right? So that's 70. All right. And you can see here that anytime we've been overbought in the past, we end up getting a pullback, right? And then we're overbought again over here. We end up getting a pullback. We're overbought over here and we end up getting a pullback, right? So maybe when you're at these overbought levels and then you see a MACD crossover to the downside, maybe that's a good sign that some of the bullish momentum is ending and we could potentially be seeing a pullback, right? So, that's essentially how you would start to use the MACD and the RSI to help give you an edge and really help yourself out, right? If we move on a little bit more, we'll talk about today's sponsor actually real quick, which I mentioned earlier, the Tangem wallet. Now, what's really great about this, okay, is that it is a cold wallet, but it looks just like a credit card. Now, the really amazing part is it's completely waterproof, guys. You can completely submerge it in water and it will still work. It will still function. It's also freeze proof and temperature resistant. So if something happens and for some odd reason it gets frozen, you don't have to panic. If for some reason, it gets submerged in water, again, you don't have to panic, guys. Gone are the days where, you're screwed and all of your cryptocurrency is gone or lost forever. That's not the case with Tangem. I really love that feature about it. What's really great also is that you can have backup wallets, right? That's really amazing to me and an awesome feature that I really appreciate. When you look at backup options for other hardware wallets, that's not typically an option. But with Tangem, you can have multiple cards for the same wallet. Tangem is sold in packs of 2 or 3 cards, and the additional cards are used for key backup. So all you have to do is go to the Google Play Store, go to the Apple App Store, download the Tangem app today. And when you go to make your purchase of 2 or 3, use code ZACHLY. Okay, that's ZACHLY. That will get you a discount on your purchase. All right. And another thing that I really like about it is it's super quick to set up, right? It typically takes about 1 to 3 minutes. It literally took me just 2 minutes to get mine set up. That was super awesome and really, really quick and simple to do. All you have to do is scan and activate, set up the password, and then you can start making transactions right away. So, I really love that feature about Tangem. And, I wouldn't try to steer you guys towards something that is going to, lose you guys money. Remember, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. I've denied multiple sponsorships from different exchanges trying to get me to promote their exchanges. But, I feel safe in, offering you guys and, taking a sponsorship from Tangem. As you need to get your money off of these exchanges. Honestly, you can't really trust them. We've all seen what happened with FTX and many other exchanges. Let's get back into the video and go into Labs Group. All right. And we'll take a look at our current structure. So, we went over, the 3 major levels, why we're using those. We talked about the liquidity grabs over here. And what we've done is we've actually put in a small demand zone below our major retracement levels here. Okay, so we do have this small demand zone right here, right now, that we've bounced multiple times in the past, and we're testing it currently, right? And so if you're bullish, what you're going to look for is you're going to look for this consolidation we're seeing here, and then a push back up above. And ultimately, we want to break this bearish structure that we have right now, right? We're trading in this bearish channel here currently, and we're going to keep heading downwards as long as we're staying in this bearish channel. So we need to get, back to the upper half of this channel and then get a breakout, right? But if we get a breakout, you need to be cautious of something known as a look above and fail, right? That's actually going to be a bearish signal, right? Rather, you would look for a breakout, retest, and then another push higher. Okay. The reason that a look above and fail is bearish and a bearish signal is because at this point, buyers are fully presented the opportunity for a breakout and retest, or really just a breakout and continuation higher. And if they don't take advantage of that and we actually fall back down into the range, it's going to be a bearish signal indicating that sellers are the ones actually in control and you had a false breakout, right? Now, I have a really good video on, buying false signals. You guys should check that out. Okay, but we won't dive too much into it. You just want to be aware of that, right? Now, above this demand zone here, you need to look at 0.0009753, 0.0011724, and 0.0013695. Those are now going to be our major resistance levels to the upside that we really need to pay attention to, right? If we continue to head in this bearish channel right here, and we're not able to break out past those levels, there's a strong chance that we're going to come back down and retest some of these previous lows around the 0.00057 level, maybe potentially even lower down to 0.003 or 0.004, right? I can't predict the future. I'm not Nostradamus, but, I can help you guys start to learn some of the different indicators and strategies that I like to use that have really helped me out a lot in my journey. If we take a look at the MACD here currently, all right, what we want to see if you are looking for a bullish move in this, okay, is you need to see the red line curl back above that yellow line and give a potential buy signal, right? We're also very close to oversold levels, which would be this dotted line right here at 30. We have not hit oversold territory yet, but we are hovering just above that oversold territory, right? So just because something is oversold or just because something is overbought does not mean that it can't go higher. But it's just something that you want to get used to looking at in the conditions and see how well the ticker symbol that you're following respects those conditions, right? Does it typically sell off when it's overbought, or does it continue going higher? Does it get a bounce whenever it's oversold, or does it typically continue going lower, right? Look through the data. Remember, these candlesticks are nothing but data. And hopefully you enjoyed the data that I presented in this video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, I do these viewer requests every week. So if you want to see your token or crypto in the next one, all you got to do is comment down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I really appreciate you making it this far. If you did, most likely you're going to enjoy one of these next two videos as well. So be sure to click on one of those.